Chapter 1. Family Reunion Chaos. What happens when you meet a long-lost cousin at a family reunion? Hi, I'm Sarah, a 32-year-old marketing executive. Last month, my family organized a big reunion at my grandparents' house. Everyone was their relatives I hadn't seen in years, kids running around, and endless trays of food. As I was helping set up, a young woman approached me. "Sarah, right?" she asked. "Yes, and you are?" I replied, racking my brain for a name. "I'm Lucy, your cousin," she exclaimed. Apparently, Lucy was a second cousin I hadn't met since we were toddlers. Over the next hour, she showed me photos of our childhood, shared stories, and even had a video of us playing in the garden years ago. Later, we teamed up for a family trivia game, and ended up winning. It was a chaotic, loud, and heartwarming day. Reconnecting with Lucy reminded me how important family is, no matter how much time passes.
Chapter 2. The Best Friend Dilemma. Can a misunderstanding test the limits of your friendship? Hi, I'm Jake, 27, and my best friend, Matt, and I have been inseparable since high school. Last week, however, we had a massive argument over something trivial. It started when I didn't show up for his birthday dinner. "Seriously, Jake," he texted. "You couldn't even call?" I panicked, realizing I'd completely forgotten because of a work deadline. The next day, I showed up at his door with his favorite pizza and a handwritten note. Matt opened the door, crossed his arms, but I saw a smile forming. "Fine," he said. "You're forgiven. But you owe me a karaoke night." Friendships have their ups and downs, but it's moments like these that remind me why Matt is my best friend.
Chapter 3. Parenting Advice Gone Wrong. Ever taken parenting advice from someone who doesn't have kids? Hi, I'm Linda, a 35-year-old mom of 2. My friend Anna, who's single and child-free, loves giving parenting advice. Last week, she visited and saw my 5-year-old, Mia, refusing to eat her vegetables. "Linda," she said confidently, "you should bribe her with dessert." Against my better judgment, I tried it. "Mia, if you eat your broccoli, you'll get ice cream." To my horror, Mia dumped the broccoli into her juice and said, "Done." "Ice cream now?" Anna burst out laughing, and I gave her the look. "Okay, maybe I'm not the expert," she admitted. Sometimes, friends mean well, but they don't always know best. Still, it's good to laugh at the chaos together.
Chapter 4. Sibling Rivalry. In adulthood. Can sibling rivalry ever truly end? Hi, I'm Tom, 30, and my sister Rachel and I have been competitive since we were kids. Now, as adults, it's no different. Last week, we attended our parents' anniversary dinner. Rachel casually mentioned her recent promotion. "That's amazing," Mom said. "Tom, anything new with you?" Before I could reply, Rachel chimed in, "He's probably still trying to beat my high score in tennis." I rolled my eyes and replied, "Actually, I just got a raise." Mom beamed, but Rachel smirked. "Guess we're both winners, huh?" Despite the teasing, we always support each other. Sibling rivalry may never disappear, but deep down, we're each other's biggest fans.
Chapter 5. Grandma's Mysterious Recipe. What if a family recipe held a secret ingredient no one expected? Hi, I'm Emily, 29, and my grandma is famous for her apple pie. Last weekend, I asked her to teach me the recipe. As she walked me through the steps, I noticed her slipping something into the pie filling. "What's that?" I asked. "Oh, just my special touch," she said with a wink. Later, I discovered her special touch was a splash of whiskey. "Grandma!" I exclaimed. "Relax," she laughed. "It cooks off. That's why everyone loves it." Now I know why her pies are such a hit at family gatherings. Lesson learned, never underestimate Grandma's cooking secrets.
Chapter 6, The Surprise Party Disaster. Ever planned a surprise party for someone who hates surprises? Hi, I'm Mark, 25, and last month, my friends and I planned a surprise birthday party for my best friend, Lucy. We decorated her apartment, invited everyone, and turned off the lights. When Lucy walked in, we all shouted, "Surprise!" Lucy screamed and dropped her bag, spilling groceries everywhere. "Guys," she said, catching her breath. "You know I hate surprises." Thankfully, she calmed down, and the night turned out great. "Next year," she said, "just tell me about the party in advance." Note to self, know your audience before planning surprises. Chapter 7, Family Secrets Revealed. What happens when an old family secret is finally exposed? Hi, I'm Rachel, a 28-year-old lawyer. Over the years, my family has always been close-knit, but there's one thing we never talked about. Every year at our family gatherings, there's a particular photo that we avoid discussing. It's of my grandmother, but her face is scratched out. One weekend, we gathered at my parents' house for the annual Thanksgiving dinner. As usual, the photo was tucked away in the living room, but my curious cousin, Alex, noticed it. "Why is Grandma's face scratched out?" he asked. The room went quiet. My mom looked uncomfortable, and my aunt nervously shifted in her seat. It's just a strange old photo," my mom said quickly. But Alex wasn't backing down. "Why is she covering her face in so many pictures?" This time, my dad spoke up. All right, he said, sighing. "It's time you all know the truth." He paused, looking around at us all. "Your grandmother had a secret relationship when she was young. She had a son before she married your grandfather. The boy, your uncle, died in an accident when he was young. The family agreed never to speak of him. Everyone sat in stunned silence. My grandmother, who had passed away years ago, had kept the secret her entire life. After the revelation, there was a moment of reflection. We understood why the topic had been taboo for so long. Family secrets can linger, but they don't define who we are. Now, we could finally let go of the past and embrace the truth. Chapter 8, The Misunderstanding That Almost Ended a Friendship. Can a small misunderstanding ruin a lifelong friendship? Hi, I'm Luke, 30 years old, and I've been best friends with Adam since we were kids. We've been through thick and thin together. But one day, everything almost changed. It started with a simple text. I sent Adam a message, "Let's meet up for lunch tomorrow. I'll pick you up." I was busy at work and didn't realize I had mistakenly typed, "pick you up tomorrow," instead of, "pick you up at noon." The next day, I showed up at his house, ready for lunch, but he wasn't there. I called him, but he didn't pick up. A few hours later, I received a text from Adam, "I can't believe you forgot about me again. You said you'd pick me up for lunch, and you didn't even show up." "I'm done, Luke." I was shocked. We had never had an argument like this before. I quickly called him, explaining the typo, but he didn't answer. I drove to his apartment, but he refused to let me in. For the next few days, I didn't hear from him. I felt awful. Our friendship was on the verge of falling apart over something so small. I decided to give him space, but I couldn't shake off the feeling of guilt. Finally, after a week, Adam reached out to me. "I'm sorry, Luke. I overreacted. I was just frustrated. It wasn't about the lunch, it was about all the times I felt neglected by you, but I didn't know how to express it." I was relieved and apologized for not being there for him when he needed me. We had a long conversation, cleared up everything, and became stronger friends than before. Sometimes, misunderstandings bring out things we didn't realize we needed to talk about. Chapter 9, The Family Vacation Disaster. What could possibly go wrong when you take the whole family on vacation? Hi, I'm Olivia, 35, and this year, my family decided to go on a week-long beach vacation together. I had been planning it for months, renting the house, arranging the activities, and getting everyone excited for the trip. We arrived at the house, a beautiful beachfront property with plenty of room for everyone, my parents, my siblings, and their kids. The first day was fantastic. The kids played in the sand, the adults lounged in the sun, and everything seemed perfect. But then, as the sun began to set, my younger brother, Sam, accidentally knocked over the grill while trying to set it up. The grill tipped over, spilling hot coals everywhere. The kids screamed as they ran away from the danger. Fortunately, no one got hurt, but we had to spend the evening cleaning up the mess. The next day, things got worse. My mom accidentally dropped her phone in the pool, and my dad got stung by a jellyfish. By the third day, I was ready to pull my hair out. Every activity we had planned was either ruined by accidents or bad weather. On the fourth day, I broke down and admitted to my family that I was stressed out. My sister, Emma, pulled me aside and said, "Olivia, it's okay. It's just a vacation. Let's enjoy the time we have, even if things don't go according to plan." With that reminder, I decided to relax. We spent the last few days playing board games indoors, having fun with the kids, and laughing at the disasters that had unfolded. In the end, it wasn't the perfect vacation I had envisioned, but it was memorable. Sometimes, it's the little imperfections that make family moments unforgettable.
Chapter 10, The Parenting Challenge. Can parenting be a challenge when you're doing it alone? Hi, I'm Mark, a single dad of 2 energetic kids. My ex-wife and I divorced a year ago, and since then, I've been navigating life as a single parent. One day, I decided to take my kids, Emma and Jake, to the zoo. I'd been planning this outing for weeks. As soon as we arrived, Jake ran off toward the penguin exhibit, and Emma wanted to see the lions. I had a moment of panic, realizing I was outnumbered. Trying to keep up with both kids at once was impossible. I lost track of Emma for a few minutes, and when I found her, she was sitting on a bench eating a giant ice cream cone. Meanwhile, Jake had somehow gotten himself locked inside the bird cage. I was exhausted, stressed, and completely overwhelmed. Finally, after hours of chaos, we sat down on a bench together. Emma looked at me and said, "Dad, I had so much fun today." Jake added, "Yeah, I can't wait to come back." At that moment, I realized that, despite the madness, they were happy. And that made every second of stress worth it. Parenting isn't easy, but it's rewarding in ways I never expected.
Subscribe to the channel and share this video if you found it valuable. Knowledge becomes more meaningful when it's shared.